Welcome back, everybody. It is a new day of Reshuffle Madness brought to you by WePlay and ES Bet. Me and Kevin are going to be taking you through that. We're going to start off with Elements Pro Gaming, who lost yesterday against Odium. And they're going to be matched up in the lower bracket against Team Spirit. So I'm a little bit surprised to see Team Spirit here, but you said they matched up against Alliance, who has been looking red hot lately. So
don't necessarily think Team Spirit's bad, but they got super dumpstered yesterday.
Yeah.
It was not even close. Alliance looked like by far the better game, so this should actually be a really good series, and most likely, I expect. I do hope, thank God. When they were just like, I just saw his little fingers moving, and then it jumped back to him, and he was like jumping up and down. I was like, dude, he is so jacked about that IO ban. He is so excited.
I just don't understand what's going on in production right now. Like they're like, let him just finish his set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we can.
I would love
we can
to
bring
ease,
the analysts in as
Can we
soon
ease
as
the music in a little bit? I just want to like in the background. It's perfect. I'm not even distracted. This is just perfect. All right, so Phoenix is going to be the first pick here for Elements Pro Gaming. Pretty safe opening based on how games went yesterday. Very strong teamfight hero, decent at laning potentially, and fine as an opening. It isn't really that punishable.
I wonder if so Elements Pro Gaming. Yep, there it is. In their matchup against Odium, it became a lot about the Phantom Monster. I would say in the second and third game, especially the third game and how the drafting went. And Elements Pro Gaming, sure enough, are going to bring that here. What's that?
I'm sorry. Can we just take a moment to let the drop in before you continue your sentence? My bad.
Please crank it up for me. Crank it up for me a little bit.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Why? Fuck talking.
Fuck talking. It is currently 3 a.m. in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to listen to
4 hours,
DJ
maybe.
Dan. What happened to Eva?
I don't know, man.
Because every single esports tournament that I've seen that has had a DJ, it's always been a scantily clad lady. There was that one in Southeast Asia.
Are you talking about the after party?
No, it was during the tournament. They had similar to this where it breaks. They would cut to a DJ. In fact, I think they had two different DJs. It was battling DJs. One was red and one was blue. I remember something like this.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember which tournament is that though.
And then this one has Eva, but all of a sudden we got DJ Dan, who, to be honest, I'm actually preferring his music to Eva's. Sorry, Eva.
I would agree. I guess I didn't listen to too much of her music, but it feels more varied. In terms of picks, it feels varied. Legion Commander is a bit interesting to me. Arguably good against PL, right?
Mm-hmm. So there are actually two heroes on screen that I was just talking about to our sub. We actually have a sub in for Elements Pro Gaming. Bora was not able to make it for whatever reason, so we actually have Mind Control who's going to be playing for Elements Pro Gaming.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he's going to be playing the mid or what, but I was talking to him about offlane. I was like, yo, what offlaners are good right now? Tell me what I should be spamming in my pubs. And he actually said one of the heroes was Axe, of course, because, again, there's a lot of Phantom Monster. Well, sure enough, you see Elements Pro Gaming ban out the Axe. And he said he doesn't know about Legion Commander. He said he hasn't actually played that much of her, which, if you know Mind Control, that means he hasn't played more than 5 games of her in, like, the last 5 days, because he plays a shit ton of Dota. But he said that he thinks that she might be good again. And I actually kind of agree. I think I played a Legion Commander game like a week and a half ago, and it didn't feel too bad. So...
Oh, shit. All right, we're back. He really, it's definitely very good against kind of these like illusion mass heroes. Decent in lane. I think my general complaints about Legion is always like the ultra late game. Like even if you do get dual kills, it's not always on like the biggest carry. If you don't like dual kill one of the cores,
yep,
it usually feels like, oh, that was kind of a waste because you're buying so many items to make your duels guaranteed that it's hard for you to get kills after that happens.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else does lockdown for you. So it's like you have this like 40 and if they buy back, you're like, well, my hero is actually kind of just done in the fight now. So I feel like that. I definitely enjoy playing Legion myself, but I think it's a hero that sometimes has troubles transitioning to a guaranteed win.
Lifestealer. I mean, that's kind of an. I'm not going to say old school, but let's say like a year, maybe 2 years ago. Time flies, man. But the Lifestealer Radiance against Phantom Lancer, that was an older style pick, for sure.
It's not even that old. I feel like that's less than a year old. It was like Tread's Radiance, right?
Yeah.
And Lifestealer's gotten a decent amount of like nerfs to his damage output lately. Low armor. His BAT is pretty crap now. I think it's like 2 or something. Maybe not that bad, but it's not fantastic. Not super confident with the hero at the moment, but it certainly can work here. But it seems kind of weird to me that it was picked all the way over. I mean, like the Radiance part is good against PL, but will it match up? I'm actually really curious to see, I guess, because I haven't seen it in forever, and it just feels like it just sounds so slow to me.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think they also really like it against these supports, right? Phoenix,
Okay.
Rage, attack the egg, Undying, same like tanky but low, like high HP, low armor.
Yeah.
Lifestealer loves that.
And he can just, in both cases, turn Rage on, remove the Fire Spirits, and attack either the egg or the Tombstone if really needed.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect. The Enigma's a good response, though. Lifestealer's not going to be able to contest Eidolons very well. So in terms of the laning stage, he shouldn't be able to last it extremely well, I assume.
I always find it interesting people's pub names, what they change their name to in pubs. We've got FNG with XXX Drafter 1996 XXX, which I guess he is the drafter for the team. Biver's literally the only one who's normal and just keeps his regular name.
It's respectable, dude. I don't know if I could handle doing that. I mean, I haven't changed my profile icon in forever, but
Your name is very similar to Purge in pubs, right?
It's I usually would do like
Pudge.
Yeah, Pudge usually, or Pure, or. But I've done Pudge for probably years now. I'd rather do that than like instantly be recognized every single time. I think it's like getting talked to in games is fine. Like sometimes I just want to play Dota, rather than like engage with somebody. But I think my least favorite thing about getting recognized is that people try really hard, or if they're on my team, they get really nervous and then they probably play worse. So it's like I feel like I'm double disadvantaged. That the enemy is like, oh, I gotta beat Purge. Let me pick my best hero, who's in the meta right now, and I'm just over here like, I'm gonna try some weird shit that's not good, but I want to see if I can make it work. And that I think that's the biggest negative.
Kevin, your reasons for not giving out your own name readily is much more honorable than mine. Would you like to know my reasons?
Because you're an asshole. Is that it?
You knew immediately what I was about. That, and I also don't want to get stream sniped. Honestly, that is actually the bigger one. Stream sniping is at a high rate right now. Last picks of Kunkka for Mind Control, who looks like he is going to be playing the mid lane. They're going to leave Mitch in that off lane role. And that's honestly not too surprising. Again, Mind Control, I feel like he could play anything, considering the amount of Dota he plays. And they're going to go for a last pick 9 Zeus.
So it is going to be offlane Legion Commander. God, that set is so good, dude. It's so good. The weapon looks awesome. It just looks like so like dirty or something. I don't know the term. It just looks like it's like he just has a shard of metal that he kind of like grinded a little bit, and he's like, I'm gonna kill people with this.
You know what it is? It's that action hero look when he's like in the Middle East or something, and he's got like the cloak wrapped around his face.
With like the scimitar.
Yeah, it's that look.
Yeah. Huh. Versuta, the very popular Russian commentator.
Boop.
Sub it in here.
We'll head into
Alone with my rage.
our own screen while we wait for the Russian commentators to catch up. Oh, they're probably going to do a gorilla cutscene. Oh, I should have stuck with them.
Oh, I'm Obzane. Okay.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Apologies.
Perhaps we should change to the in-game.
Don't worry. We'll switch back to maybe the,
ready for the past guys. Oh, I see. That's right.
No,
That's
they're still
Russian.
there.
I forgot. That's because they're talking. That's fine. Let's go. We can go to the game temporarily, and then later, switch it back over.
These commentators got to introduce themselves.
That's right. So it looks like it's going to be a Zeus mid, Phoenix, Enigma offlane, Soul Ring Rush for Enigma, all super standard stuff here. It's going to be Mind Control playing mid, of course, and then safe lane Phantom Lancer. It's the hero that I missed up here. Oh, there's the Undying. Okay. Stout Shield on him. Everybody buying Stout these days. South's the way to live, I guess. No.
Penta players fighting in official drama. Who else is from Penta? Because I know DNZ was.
I don't know.
Maybe Biver or somebody?
I'm unsure. All right, Binary Unit's coming up.
Oh, 9 was. 9 was. That's who it is.
So
DNZ and 9 were former teammates, I think, at some point.
There's a 2-2 bounties here. Nothing that interesting. A man got arrowed. Phoenix took some damage, I guess, but that's about it. Oh, thank God. Production value, and I can sit back. Okay, I know you already saw the bounty runes get taken, but they are once again being taken here.
So what's our lanes? We're going to have Wyvern, Legion Commander, against the Undying Phantom Monster lane, and then they're going to have Phoenix Enigma against the Lifestealer, who's going to be backed up by the support Mirana. I'm not sure how I feel about support Mirana. Actually, I do know how I feel. I think it's bad.
I'm gonna agree with you. I also think it's pretty crappy usually. I mean, he can arrow. He can do like arrows after a duel. I guess they can do arrows with Winter's Curse. That aspect is really good.
Yeah.
There's definitely setup potential here. Even like open wounds in an arrow is not bad. But I feel like it's hard to transition. Is usually what the issue is.
Yeah.
Because it's like whoever's behind, you're vulnerable. I guess they don't have the most like solo killers. Like I'm thinking like Alina or Storm or something. If you're support Mirana, you're just getting dumpstered the whole time. I feel like. But are there any other reasons you don't like it?
The creep, the neutral creep nerf.
Okay.
It's a lot harder, I think, to get that easy experience as a Mirana through arrowing the neutrals.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of damage on this Legion Commander, who's going to try and juke back the other way here.
Ooh, read him. Read him like a book. One really good reason to have Undying here. Against any strength cores, it's just really tough to lane, actually.
Yeah.
Steals all your strength. The only benefit, though, is he runs out of mana pretty rapidly. He's forced to use mangoes to catch up. It's like one of those heroes where people don't always really want to fight you to the death, so you can't even necessarily get free mana out of it. So
Enigma trying to prevent the creep wave from going into the tower, just trying to keep that creep equilibrium to their favor as much as possible. That way the Mirana won't really be able to help out that much. They may not be able to threaten the Lifestealer, but they can keep his CS down for sure, and he's only sitting at 4 CS. The race for the regen rune is going to be picked up by Mind Control first. Of course, it's immediately taken out, but it's still enough for him to be able to win this fight with the Zeus, potentially. Zeus going to fight him with Lightning Bolts, and actually, Mind Control's a little bit scared of losing this engagement. And I guess with no Torrent, maybe it's for the best that he just goes back to his laning phase.
playing it safe. Nothing weird for Lifestealer just yet. Although it's going to be many minutes until we get to see what kind of Night and build he goes for. I feel like having Zeus against Lifestealer is actually a bit troublesome for Lifestealer. It's like those, whenever you have a BKB core, I'm sorry, same team.
You're a trusty mate.
Okay, never mind.
Hey, don't forget the codes that pop up on screen. You can go to weplay.tv/codes. And if you put in that code, you have the chance to be able to win some secret shop items. Gaming Predator Series laptop is in there as well. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
You should say
Kevin.
Predator Series gaming laptop.
Predator Series gaming laptop, excuse me.
Because Predator is the brand. I am also sponsored by Predator.
Are you really?
I am really.
Do you have one?
I was sent a desktop PC. That's fantastic. It's even got wheels on the bottom. It's cool.
It's got wheels on the
Dude,
bottom?
It's got two wheels. That way you can like pick it up with the handle from one end, and you can just like drag it like a cart kind of, you know. If you're not strong enough to carry it, I am.
You're a
But
big
if I-
boy. I'm a big boy. If
I,
pick up my desktop.
If I injure my wrists again, snowboarding like the last time, then yes, moving my computer would be much easier. Lane-wise, very good for Zeus, 15 last hits. It's like one of those moments where you're like, I just assume his advantage, the amount of last hits he has over everyone else is going to cascade, and he'll be like, oh, I'll have 100 last hits and everybody else has 50, you know, kind of thing. It'll match up a lot better in a moment, though. Kunkka's at 10, so he's not even doing that poorly.
As he gets those higher levels of Tidebringer and such.
Yeah, and it's a shitty time to play Zeus against a Kunkka, Once they both hit about level 6, it's like if you get X range and one person rotates, Zeus dies every single time.
Yeah.
The only downside is that if he keeps Kunkka low at consistent amounts, then Kunkka's going to be less able to actually go for those kinds of combos.
Kind of see, I'm not sure what exactly the idea is. But it looks like
About what?
Mirana was hanging around mid lane trying to get maybe an arrow or something.
Sounds like a really hard kill, though. I mean,
Yeah, just a random arrow, basically. That's what you're hoping for.
putting a lot of effort towards getting roots here. No bottle on him. He had full mana, full HP. That's one thing I really don't do enough, I think, as a mid laner, especially when I play mid. Badly, very badly. But I just almost always, if I don't have a bottle, I'm not going to runes. Unless I know that I'm like winning the lane and they have a bottle and I could potentially really deny them. But he just seems very early here. Thinking about pressuring, but good escape there by the Zeus. He literally walked
It's a
back.
very like non-selfish, right?
Yeah.
Non-selfish reason to go pick up these runes just to make sure that the enemy supports can't get him and be effective.
Yeah, like imagine if Biver gets a DD or something and then goes back to the safe lane and then initiates a gank on the PL with like Arctic Burn and Splinter and stuff. Like he could deal a crap load of damage.
5-minute bounty runes coming up. FNG will be able to snag that one away from the Phoenix. Taking a lot of damage, though, and will have a dive in. He's just going to try and TP out. It's actually going to be 9 who picks up the first blood. He rotated down to the bottom lane, and they killed LeBron and picked up, I think, 3 of the bounty runes as a result.
Huh. Yeah, LeBron died. It looks like LeBron got one, probably, before his death at least.
Yeah.
But I love these mid-rotations with bottles to prep for the bounty rune fights. It's just so smart. 'Cause if you guarantee the fight win, like just a level 5 hero showing up at 5 minutes is so terrifying as a side laner or a support. If you're like level 2, maybe level 3, and all of a sudden this mid rolls up with like this 200 damage nuke on like a 6 to 10 second cooldown.
Yeah.
And they sometimes have boots and you don't yet. Very often, actually. That's such a scary prospect. It's like a smoke here. Maybe trying to get a kill mid. Again, Rana looking to wrap around, but it's going to be so hard.
Again, the no setup arrow gank.
Right? Mini stun
It's going to
of
be.
lightning bolt.
Actually just leaped over to try and throw an arrow into this 6-minute rune spawn, but Wyvern already killed it, so the Undying doesn't actually try and pick it up. He's taking a lot of damage from the Wyvern, but he'll be okay.
2 points in his nuke. This is a little scary for PL here. He's got a 9-stick.
Yeah, and they find
that
the
was
real
cool.
one with the help of the Zeus ultimate now. The jump in arrow, they do manage to land that one, but he had so many stick charges that they couldn't commit for the kill underneath the tower.
And it was Undying Heal as well, both at the same time. The extra points, actually, of Undying Heal could be huge. I don't know if I would encourage him to max it out, but it's a pretty damn compelling game to do so. With Eidolons and PL Illusions and the regular zombies, he's going to have
Oh, what a decay
a lot
hit.
of stuff.
I think he actually hit all 3. He becomes super tanky. He's going to be chased down a little bit, but again, he's just creating space for Oliver or Skeeter here to CS freely under tower.
He's doing a good job.
Just drawing a lot of tension and keeping the Phantom Monster out.
How'd you like his item pickup there? It looks like he rushed a raindrop on PL there, pre-Aquila. It's kind of interesting. It's gone now. He just got a burn through, but you could argue it's basically, after reduction, it's basically 90 HP times 5 regen wise.
Yeah.
So it's like an expensive regen item, right? I mean that's a lot. That's
Considering
like 400 health or something, right?
He's dealing with a lot of burst damage in lane, right?
Oh.
The Splinter Blast and Legion Commander Nuke is kind of what they're aiming for. That makes a decent amount of sense.
I mean, I guess if you're also getting magic stick charges, it basically gives you, you're spending 225 gold, you're getting 450 health, because it damage blocks 120, so typical magic resistance, you're taking about 90, multiply that by 5. So you're spending 225 gold for 450, actually 450 health, which is a shitload, actually.
Yeah.
And then every time they cast as well, even the times that it doesn't hit your raindrop, you're still getting a stick. So it's basically Like a level 2 nuke's like, what's level 2 Splinter Lash? Probably like 200 damage or something like that. Oh, it just adds up to be a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, and he's still, last hit's really good. Phantom Monster's base damage is huge. He's still got Quelling Blade. Seems like actually a really good spend. Because you could argue, okay, yeah, you could buy maybe 2 salves in exchange, but extra mana kind of covers the same purpose, kind of similar trade.
Gives him a bit of mana regen as well.
Yeah, it just always feels bad for your raindrop to fail.
Lifestealer drops a little bit low. They're going to go for the black hole here, but the lightning bolt.
Wow.
9 was well set up. He already TP'd up to that top lane. They knew exactly what the Enigma was planning against this Lifestealer and counter it. And it's about that time, right? You said that against the Kunkka, he doesn't want to be in that mid lane anyway, so.
That was such a sick play. Like, I love watching players set up for that stuff perfectly. Like, we know he's going to black hole us. We're going to be there literally the moment where he feels at all inclined to do so, and instantly lightning bolt him. It was so rapid. That's got to feel bad. I mean, he still got 41 denies on Enigma. Ooh,
That.
his numbers are flipped. I think just a valve mistake, I think.
28 and 4 Lifestealer, man. He is feeling super bad about his lane.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Mind control taking the mid tower here. For free. Well, at the cost of his Enigma, but certainly worth it. He almost, FNG almost did something there. It was very close.
Besides that leap into arrow on the Phantom Lancer underneath the tower, I'm not sure if he's really hit any arrows.
What a bro, dude. Waiting for the letting him bottle that bounty in here. Now they can heal their PL. Amazing teamwork.
Lifestealer still gets the banner runes on the other side of the map. In fact, he's going to find a double damage rune as well.
Okay, yeah, he's going Treads Radiance, all right. See how this works.
Bottom lane, a bit of initiation here. They're going to go in with the boat combo onto the Legion Commander. Still super tanky. Nice Winter Curse interception there. Laid out onto the real Phantom Lancer too with a Splendid Blast. Almost killing him, but he managed to doppelgang. Just the right big nukes come in. Undying is going to be blown up by 9 still. And he knows the Phantom Lancer is somewhere around here. He needs to be able to get the Lightning Bolt in the right spot, but he's already TP'd out. So now they're going to have to go for the Phoenix instead.
He's got his egg. He could go for this here.
DNC has the egg. He can turn around and try and go for a big one charge fiery. What is that thing called?
Spirit?
God damn it. Fire Spirit. Fire Spirits. There you go.
You could say Firebird since we're talking about birds a lot. Or
That's true.
Fire Heron.
Oh, yeah.
If only
The
Rob was
Herons
here
that
to
we're going to be
appreciate our
seeing
bird
more of
jokes.
later. Lifestealer trying to pressure that mid-tier 1 tower. He's really getting in there. He's going to put it into deny range.
Yeah, doing fast. This is slightly scary, although with the Fire Spirit on the creep wave, kind of guaranteed. Oh,
Going for the Zeus now, pulled him back into the boats, and a Lifestealer can't really do much to help him out. He's going to have to pop out now, tries to go for the Kunkka, but he's got the rum buff. That's going to be a tough kill to get, and he's going to have to try and run away from the Phantom Lancer. In comes the Legion Commander, try and save him. Not going to happen. Managed to get the duel onto the Phoenix, goes for the next target in the Undying with the help of Biver, slowing him both down here. The Kunkka is dangerously low as the rum buff wears off. He just needs 1 nuke. Legion Commander's going to try and still pursue him out while Biver is dealing with a Phantom Lancer. Sure enough, he does manage to get that big AoE nuke onto the Kunkka to finish him off. Undying. He's still pretty low as well with the Tombstone. Turn around with the Decay. He's going to try and deal with the Tombstone first. Got the cleanse off after or before the Maledict, so he's going to be slowed up a little bit. Good Winter's Curse on the Phantom Lancer, buying Biver a bit of time, but with the Black Hole, they will be able to finish off that Phantom Lancer. Or sorry, Legion Commander. It's early in the morning, Kevin.
It is early. We're going to make a lot of mistakes today, but it was a fun little fight to watch. Very dynamic, kind of went all over the place.
Yeah.
Like literally started with the tower being low, so they initiated on the Zeus kind of a thing, and then all of a sudden, a minute later, we've seen almost every ultimate.
I just don't get why the Lifestealer tried so hard
to take it.
Yeah, because he just literally is like, I'm going to put the tower in deny range while I'm super low HP.
I think it's okay. I mean, it's not great he died, but I think it's okay for him to play like that in that moment to guarantee the tower dies, because they have the catapult. When the tower's dead, the whole early game is different. It's not like they have Invis heroes, I guess, but they do have Mirana. So, like, just that tower being dead means that their whole team can now just Mirana ulti through mid, and the enemies have to worry about that. I feel like that's potentially a good advantage.
Speaking of Mirana ultis, just ran into Smoked Up Undying. I guess he was just going to try and get some aggressive wards down.
Was he smoked?
Yeah, they smoked. Him and Phantom Lancers smoked together, and then Phantom Lancer's like, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay,
I'm
one of those
jungling.
ones.
So it must have been
man.
for
Nah.
warding. So we're going to rewatch that parts of that last team fight.
That's it? That's what they wanted to show
We
us?
missed the part where the Wyvern died.
My guess is that the Russian caster said something like, oh, how did Wyvern die? I thought he got away. It was probably something like that.
Open wounds. That is a problem for this Undying. Again, high
That
HP,
was
no
tactical.
armor.
He was farming magic stick charges, dude. He got
He's
a
planning
buff
for the
free.
next fight.
Yes.
That is the second Deny Tower of the game for Elements Pro Gaming.
Okay. Still not too worried, though, because obviously they need some farm on their team, especially on like Lifestealer finishing Radiance and the Legion getting a Blink Dagger. But past that, with levels, their team is just ready to go. Zeus is just going to be content with what he's got, I think.
He slowed down his Aghanim Scepter in favor of a Veil into Yule Scepter for this game.
Okay.
He's got to deal with the bow combo, right?
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, I find it hard sometimes to play Zeus just like rushing full damage items. Like you, against better players or the right heroes, you do need a way to defend yourself. And PL can get on top of him instantly every single time. It's a little bit of a scary situation for Zeus this game, actually.
Yeah.
But certainly against Boat, Yule's is kind of managed right next, really.
Fight mounting for the 15-minute bounty runes. Lifestealer, he's feeling pretty good about just charging uphill. We'll be able to snag that one away. So they'll get the top ones. Looks like we are having a fight in the bottom bounty runes, though, as our Phoenix will be dropped by the Thunder God's Wrath of 9.
We got an Arcane Rune on that one, too. That's pretty nice.
That is value for sure. That'll help him finish up his Yule Scepter as well as get him to his level 2 ult as well.
That's the best feeling, getting like a lower cooldown thing right before you get your level 2 ulti. I don't know if you ever play Lion very often, but having to use Finger of Death right before you hit level 12 is like the most painful shit ever.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
you're like, well,
Such a
this
long cooldown.
could have been a minute earlier on cooldown.
What's happened to mind control?
I don't know,
He
man.
just died.
Let's take a look where he was on the map when he died. He was in the trees below his tier 1 tower, so very likely Zeus just fucking killed him with lightning bolt, I guess. Like, he knew he was down there. He was literally nuking lane creeps. Maybe Mind Control thought he could be cheeky or something and got punished. Mind Control himself is 0, 2, and 3 right now, actually. He's been playing fine. His net worth's okay, but he's not doing super well. He's queuing up a Shadow Blade now. Bit interesting considering the Zeus, I guess, but it's not a terrible idea either. It's a good way to amplify your damage. Maybe find
He
some
definitely
grabs.
isn't looking like the most comfortable, like, dominant mid player, right?
I guess so. Like, it seemed like he was laning fine. His rotations have been okay. That death, if he's 0-1-3, he'd obviously look a lot better.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of hard heroes to kill this game. Like, no matter who he goes on, there's still going to be like a Cold Embrace. You can't go on Lifestealer because he can always just enrage. So in some ways, maybe it is a little bit of a tough clunker game here. Get bouldered.
Did you see the Lifestealer earlier? He infested the catapult, and he stayed in the catapult to try and pressure this off-lane tower here.
Okay. Yeah, he's really focusing on taking towers. It's kind of a cool way to play the hero. I mean, I know that was popular in the past, like Infest an Ancient Creep or whatever, but to just do something like my entire goal as a hero is I'm going to go places and hit towers is kind of awesome, especially because he doesn't even need items necessarily to do it. He just needs like a treads and some levels, and he can go accomplish that just with Infest, basically. Even if it's like a weak way to do it, it's like he knows that he's survivable doing it, that he has ways out if he gets ganked. It's like a kind of a cool way to pressure the map, considering that later all of their heroes are terrible at taking towers. Except for Lifestealer.
Malphus taken off by Press the Attack. Legion Commander does have that Blink Dagger. Only sitting on 1 successful duel so far in this game.
He went Aquila too. Interesting. The Relic is ready for Lifesteal, by the way. 18 minutes here. It's pretty good.
It's our Phantom Lancer status. He's pretty much got the Diffusal Blade finished up, so they're both reaching into territory of the big item.
It's actually scary for Lifestealer, I'd argue. Mana Burn is really terrifying, actually. So once your Enrage is gone, and then you're out of mana, then your hero is actually just terrible.
Yeah.
No armor, essentially, and you're fast, but that's all you'd have going for you. He also went attack speed over health, kind of interestingly, for his talent. Maybe not
I
weird,
don't even remember
but
that. 20 attack speed, that's all you get?
and he has bad BAT, remember, so it's actually less benefit than a typical attack speed hero.
I can't help but thinking, especially with the the fact that you're going Radiance, the extra survivability.
From health, or what?
Yeah, with like the 200 health talent would be relatively valued. But I mean, I guess he just feels like he doesn't need it.
Yeah, and there's still a decent amount of burst damage on the enemy team, so you could argue that maybe health would have been better. But he also has to be extremely concerned about outcarrying against the enemy team, I think.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to do that with just like a Radiance. He's actually got to go attack speed. Maybe super late game, there's a Battle Fury in his future. I genuinely think this game that it's a possibility, because Lifestealer already kind of covers a lot of his kit just as he is.
Pick off on FNG. He has gotten some really aggressive wards down in the process, though. It is one of the nice things about a support that either goes invis or has really good escape mechanism. You can kind of fearlessly go really deep in these jungle areas and get the vision down.
Looks like the attack speed talent on Lifesteal is, at least according to Dota Plus, on Divine and above, a 3.5% win rate advantage, which is not too unexpected, I guess. It's not huge, but it's a little. Movement speed over damage, 6.8% advantage. What do you think about the open wounds versus evasion talent at 20?
%50 open wounds or 20% evasion.
So it doubles
I feel like
the
that's
lifesteal.
got to be the evasion, right?
That's usually what I feel like, but once in a while I feel like that's a slightly underrated skill, maybe, is my theory craft. It does have like a 6% disadvantage in win rate, but it also works for your team's lifesteal, you know?
Yeah.
So like with a Zeus on your team, if you open wound some guy, he's going to be lifestealing from all of his nukes, static field and everything, for 100% for the damage he deals.
Oh,
that's potentially effective, but
This
against
is the
PL,
sexy combo. Got the Infest into the duel, but he actually managed to get the stun out with a black hole as well. The Enigma keeps himself alive. Now we have a bow coming in on this combo. He won. The Lifestealer managed to get the rage off, but it doesn't matter. He's still dead, and FNG's been caught in the X as well. What a big turnaround there from Mitch with the black hole. I have no idea. He malefaced the Legion Commander, I think, before the duel went off.
Is that what happened? Okay. It just felt kind of slow. I mean, it's likely that was the case, right? He was on high ground. I don't know if they saw if the Eidolon spotted them or not, but Legion's obviously going to be visible when he blinks.
Yeah.
Malefice him, and then instantly, Midnight Pulse black hole. And FNG also couldn't really get too close. His arrow must not have been available either. Just a little tough there.
That was the first time that we've seen that Legion Commander Infest Bomb. And it fails miserably, and now they're still trying to get into another fight here to defend this tier 2 with the curse, as well as the duel at the same time. Oh no! It's just a disaster after disaster for this Dire team. They are going to be able to pick up the Undying at least, but the Phantom Lancer was the important kill.
Yeah. I think on the bright side for them, for how that all went, Mirana barely killed the Enigma in that previous fight. She launched one little arrow from low ground. It traveled for forever, but it did get the kill, and that meant that he got solo experience on Mirana. Like, he's level 11 right now. That's not bad considering how behind he was earlier. That's more leap levels. That means lower cooldown and everything, more attack speed. He might be able to transition a bit better later as this continues. So that's kind of nice for them, I think. And things are still going super well for Zeus. 7, 1, and 3 right now. He opted for Tranquil Boots to have extra movement speed. He's opted for static field damage at 15 because he just wants to make sure he does as much as possible against PL. Absolutely notable. And have we seen Zeus versus PL yet today? Maybe we saw like one game yesterday. But I feel like the illusions, the damage they take went up recently. And Zeus is, again, one of those like really good anti-illusion nukers. So I feel like maybe Zeus, if he can keep himself alive, like he can actually do a good job keeping PL's HP low, perhaps.
Yeah, especially if he gets to level 25. That talent did get nerfed, but it's still a lot of damage, the Arc Lightning buff. extra 155 damage. So he is. What I've noticed about him, thanks to this Veil Yule's build, he has so much mana regen. He plays off of jungle a lot, and he's been farming really quickly. As a result, almost has his Aghanim Scepter at 25 minutes, despite grabbing 2 other items before that.
Huh. Yeah, he's doing a really good job. Yeah, he actually is jungling a ton.
He like stacked for himself and stuff, like this stack.
Cool.
That is not on screen.
And hasn't quite been cleared. Take a look at the mini-map.
Oh.
You can see the Zeus moving to the jungle here. He did something.
He landed the arrow.
Zeus is actually pretty impressively in net worth lead right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's uncommon. And
Mind
the armor.
control, spots out Biver, who's just trying to chill in the trees and occasionally get some splitter blast. They do reveal him at the last second, but he's flown a little bit too far away. Oh no, the egg as well!
Lifesteal's kinda
Okay,
walking
Torrent
okay.
actually lands on FNG while we do have this Lifestealer trying to go on to this Undying, but he's actually not getting any damage in. Now the Winter's Curse,
Oh,
but
no.
now with no Lifesteal, fortunately he didn't infest. Legion Commander drives by and he picks up the Lifestealer to get him out of there.
I thought Lifestealer was dead for sure.
Yeah.
Like I kind of see why he went, and he's like, whatever. I've got rage, and then just I always forget about the Phoenix stun with the ultimate.
Yeah, and I think most players are not used to the increased range of the egg either.
Did it get increased or something?
I'm pretty sure the range increased like maybe a couple patches ago.
Okay. I could perhaps see that.
Very even game as the 25-minute bounty runes are spawned, and the Radiant side does have better control of the map right now, so it looks like they're going to pick up a majority share. Meanwhile, the Dire side, they are smoked up and pushing towards Roshan right now on the mini-map as we watch Mind Control farm neutrals. There's that smoke. They are going to be able to get the duel successfully onto the Phoenix. I think that's the second successful duel of the game here. The Phoenix, or the Dying Tombstone, cleaned up as well. They're going to try and kill FNG here. Showed himself a little bit too far forward. Is going to receive that full bow combo, but saved by the Winter Wyvern. It's the Zeus that's the important kill. They even Black Hole to be able to get him, but the Winter's Curse, it interrupts the Black Hole. They get the Zeus out of there. The X-Marks brings back Viper, but he realizes he can actually turn and fight. What a big nuke! The Splinter Blast plus the Legion Commander. The AoE nukes reign supreme. The Radiant team falls 4 down as the Dire side of Team Spirit now have a free path to Roshan.
Now that was a good fight from them. It was completely different there. Zeus looking like he was just an easy kill, but the Winter's Curse bought him a second. The Wand, and even like the Mirana, she seemed out of position kind of, but she's actually quite tanky here. She's even gotten the health talent. She's got an Urn, she's got an Arcane boost, not that it helps that much, but she jumps in there, she's hitting Tombstone with leap attack speed. She takes focus, she gets out, they save the Zeus, and then they just bought a little bit of time to land arrows and jump back in and get a kill. It was really good. And the fact that Zeus gets out, full heals, comes back, and then continues nuking, that's like danger territory for the enemy team. Now he's level 20. He's got the Lightning Bolt mini stun. He's got his eggs completed. The Radiant team is now going to have a bad time.
Yeah, this Phantom Lancer, this is... You're getting to the point where you have to have heart to take a team fight, and he's only sitting at 3k gold right now.
Yeah, it looks like he does have a Yasha right now, but it looks like he's going to shave it off, the Manta at least, and just go straight heart.
I think
which
that's
is
smart.
It's still dangerous, though, because I guess you can doppelgang off things like open wounds and stuff like that, but it's still a little scary, in my opinion. Because if you get like blink dueled, it's hard. I guess doppelgang is still kind of a solution there, but I don't know.
And at the end of the day, you're raising your HP, but like it's not going to be that effective against this percentage-based damage. Right? It's going to help,
Yeah.
but it's still like you're not going to feel great about it.
Life's still looking for an open wounds here,
Nice.
trying to pressure and fight.
Going in
Interesting.
so deep. He does have the Aegis. He's going to be X and looks like caught out pretty easily. But he is in so far that they can actually just kill him again. The bow timing, it is on point, but he does manage to get off the rage. So Lifestealer now trying to work his way back. The X is put onto the Legion Commander here, so he's going to be zip backed in. No rage for the Lifestealer as he tries to get himself to the back line. Looks like the Radiant team do not want to pursue, and it's probably for the best.
So you were right about the Phoenix egg. In 7.12, the radius went from 1,000 to 1,300. So it did get increased by quite a bit. And I thought something interesting about that fight, actually, I heard the egg and I was like, what is this? Like, where the hell is this egg? I couldn't even see it. He had to put it all the way behind the tier 2 in that fight, which at first I was like, guys playing terribly. But then you have to remember, there's a Mirana, a support Mirana in the game that can leap and give herself like 120 attack speed. She can kill that egg by herself, guaranteed, because that's like a 4 Phoenix right now. Probably not level 12 yet. So it's like they actually have to be so careful with their positioning because of this Mirana pick in the support position. He does have level 2 ulti, actually, but still, he can definitely get like 8 attacks into that Phoenix by himself.
They got a successful scan here. 3-man smoke up, they're going to reveal him, but they aren't close enough to be able to get the immediate blink duel, and they lose him, actually. Doppelganger away to the side, they find the real one. Underneath the torrent, though, maybe the Phantom Lancer can still win this one with the boat. He actually does win the duel, now gets back to the trees. Lifestealer trying to pursue, but doesn't want to go underneath the tier 2 tower without his Legion Commander. And a 4 versus 5, they're not willing to take this fight, but there's so much catch potential. FNG almost gets away. He is still going to be land stubbed, still going to be chased by these illusions, but Amalphus is going to stop his TP.
Very close. The boat buff making a big difference there. Peels of armor, definitely helping as well, but definitely mostly boat buff. So once you start taking like 60% of the damage you should right now, and you're talking about a hero like Zeus, burst is just a completely different world.
Yeah.
He started getting change stunned. There's a lot of things.
And what a difference that like just setting up that team fight better on the side of Spirit could have made, right? If they're they have the successful scan, right?
Yeah.
So if they're closer to that area, go for the reveal, instantly throw down the Nimbus Cloud to be able to get a stun. They should be able to get a duel, and that fight will change entirely. I
mean, you got to give props to the PL, though. Like, the fact that he doppelganged in that moment was super smart. Like, he's basically hiding in the trees. He has no idea if his enemy team scans him. He thinks his opponents are in the area, and as soon as the Zeus ulti hits him, he just doppelgangs. If he doesn't do that, he gets hit by the Nimbus, he gets stunned, and that duel comes off before doppelgang. Everything is clean. That was just a good play.
See that cheeky ward from the Undying? From the high ground, lays it into the low ground area. Oh, they actually managed to get the duel onto the Phantom Lancer, and they kill him just in time. The black hole canceled by the Winter's Curse. The boat's going to come in and nails the Legion Commander, but still the Lifestealer's in the middle of everybody with this Radiance, and now the BKB's worn out on the Enigma. Going to be slowed down by the open wounds. Nimbus Cloud as well. Legion Commander will take that double kill, and it looks like 9 even picked up LeBron there as well.
Okay. Was that one of those ultra long range somebody slowed right clicks from Lifestealer? Did you see him like, it was like right after the X finish, he like walked forward and stopped for a second. It looked like he attacked to me, kind of. I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe I'm crazy. But there used to be something like, if an enemy was slowed, you could sometimes get those like 600 unit melee attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those ones? Like, you'd see it all on like Phantom Assassin and stuff. Might have missed it, but they got the duel to work. The black hole was okay, but the way Winter's Curse to counter it, and then from there the fight was just kind of over. Not sure if they had full cooldowns, maybe they were missing some things, but good team fight by the Dire team. And Lifestealer is now at a point where he's feeling really scary. He's already got Solar Crest finished survivability-wise. He's got a Yasha picked up now. He's going to finish S and Y. It's very fast. It just seems like, especially if PL's dead, Lifestealer is actually invulnerable this game. Unless he does some real dumb shit. He's gotten close sometimes.
Torrent into a big swing from Mind Control.
Going for Daedalus, pretty standard build here.
FNG moves to Moonlight Shadow. Viper's going to sit on the side. They're doing a lot of damage into this Undying. Going to kill him real quickly. Rage off. Lifestealer looks for more. Looks like with the Phantom Lens in the back line, they're going to try and pop that Phoenix. They do manage to get him. Both the Legion Commander as well as this Lifestealer are super low. The Cold Embrace is going to be able to buy that Legion Commander some time while the Phantom Lens are stuck up on the high ground. Mind Control is going to have to do it all by himself apparently, but the Legion Commander cuts him down. Now the Zeus, who's already been X'd up by the dying Kunkka, is slowed down, but Enigma just doesn't have the damage by himself to be able to take that kill. So in the end, a 2 for 4 with the Phantom Lancer barely making it out after that really unfortunate doppelganger where he got stuck up on that high ground.
Ah, that's what happened. I definitely could feel his lack of damage.
Oh! A quick assassination of Biver.
That's pretty funny.
Swift ending?
He deserves that one.
He's okay. He's good.
That was a ballsy low HP play, dude. He deserves to get that kill. Good for him. Heart's going to be finished, though. I definitely felt the lack of damage on the Radiant side, though. I mean, the Phoenix got dueled as well, so that prevented his egg from coming out and creating any teamfight confusion. If that egg comes out, even if it does get destroyed, I feel like that would have been enough oomph probably to win the fight, because most of the dire cores were at like 20, 25% HP, so yeah, just a little bit different circumstances would have been stronger for Elements there. So there's the Heart. Manta will probably come next to give him some more way out. Maybe he'll go... Is SNY crazy this game? Like, you could SNY proc Lifestealer through Rage. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like, Manta's good. It's good. But is it skippable for the benefits of SNY? Not sure.
I think I would probably rather have this instant Destroy. Like,
Yeah.
get rid of open wounds, but also, like, Nimbus
Duel.
Cloud if I don't have a Doppelganger up or something. Like,
Yeah. Or even like Winter's Curse or something.
yeah.
Yeah, and if he gets on top of Zeus, it'd be arguably better. But I can just see a lot of benefit from having tons of movement speed in this game. It does feel like they're kind of weak disable-wise.
Yeah, I would
So,
agree with that.
and Manta's good, but not amazing, I would say. So it's like one of those games where, yeah, he's actually queuing up SNY. I feel real smart.
Good job. Lifestealer. Put himself here in the front lines with that Radiance Burn. He's going to be forced to rage as he doesn't want to lose too much of his mana.
I love where that tomb is placed, like slightly to the upper left. Like, remember watching Alliance do this at a TI? I think it was Alliance, where they siege just tier 2 tower from the left, because then they have the high ground basically. If they get scared, they instantly have a high ground they can run to. So just playing from the left side rather than the middle is so much smarter.
They're pinging this Phantom Lancer with a Moonlight Shadow. They really wanted to be able to get the fast duel kill, but he's not close enough, so instead they're going to have to initiate with the open wounds, but immediately Phantom Lancer turns around, tries to go for the kill, and Viper, they do manage to get the duel, and there goes the Phantom Lancer before the bow can get here. Now it's just full retreat for the Radiant side. The egg explodes. It was enough to keep the Dire from pursuing. Team Spirit couldn't go for more, but with egg down and Phantom Lancer dead, there's nothing stopping Team Spirit from going. There's some objectives and maybe some more pickoffs. It looks like are Undying. Trying to scout him out here.
This is a bad time for the Radiant, but we just had the Phoenix selected, and we can see the solution. Undying getting caught with the Winter's Curse here, it's going to buy them some time. I don't know if they duel yet. No, they don't, but yeah, jeez, that's so much damage. The solution is Phoenix Eggs. He's got the point booster. I think he has like 1,000 gold in his bank, so he's close to it. Once he finishes that, and these situations happen, whoever gets caught gets thrown in the egg, and that thing's going to have an extra 3 charges. They still have good egg solutions, but if he can do this in a good position, it's going to completely change his team fights. Because right now it feels like they have no solution against like PL or one of their other important cores getting dueled. If it just feels over.
Ah, nice Nimbus. It is so hard to split push against a good Zeus, especially if there's another catch hero on the team. And you can see exactly that combo here with the Legion Commander.
Got the vision, got the duel. And Legion is looking scary, man. You got the bonus overwhelming odds damage, which is so good against the Phantom Lancer illusions. And now he's gotten the 10% moment of courage proc chance. So he's maximizing damage in a really smart way. He's got 100 dual damage now, which is far more than he's given the enemy team.
To add on your point about the Phoenix egg, they actually do have some really good protection for the egg if they can get this Linken's, right? If the Enigma picks up Linken's, he has Linken's and BKB, then they can actually protect that egg a lot better. But
Right, yeah, just like blink, BKB, black holing, you're saying?
yeah, exactly.
That's true. And
They've
if
just got to buy time to get this Linken's though.
So I guess Legion would be dueling somebody, so you don't have to worry about his attack speed or his moment of press the attack, most likely. So then it basically just comes down to black holing like Lifestealer and Mirana, ideally.
Yeah.
Would be your go-tos. Lifestealer's build is getting interesting again. After this and why he's gotten a Reaver, he's going for a Heart now. He's going to get super tanky, which is probably the right way. Oh, another thing I noticed I really liked what Lifestealer did in that last fight. He turned off his Radiance as they were going aggressive. That way they didn't realize until like as soon as he used the open wounds, Invis is broken, turns his Radiance on. Just just like one of those. It's like one of those things you should be doing constantly, but absolutely makes a difference. Where an average player would just walk in, Radiance burn happens, and they get out.
Looks like our Phantom Lancer got hit by an arrow or something. So Team Spirit does know about this smoke, especially with the Thunder God's Wrath now.
Okay. I don't know if we noticed the Shadow Blade in Legion yet, but he does have one. almost finishing a BKB as well. So lots of ways for him to initiate.
Another arrow out. This one successful. Lands on the Phoenix. They ping him a lot. They really want to make that kind of initiation because Phoenix is such a good teamfight hero to kill right away. But going into the high ground, dangerous game.
It's very close to his eggs. 700 gold to go.
Watch this. Watch this. I predict FNG 3 out of 3 arrows here, Kevin.
Okay.
Oh my God. Are they actually going to try and take a fight here? Leech Commander jumps to the back line, but he had the link. It's on the Enigma. Now he can turn and maybe go for the black hole with the bolt coming in as well. A beautiful black hole that locks down 3 of the life, so there's going to be the last one left in. With that heart, he's pretty tanky, but it looks like he's still going to die. Look at the Phantom Lancer. He leaves the illusions and just moves on to the next one. He wants to kill that Zeus, prevent him from getting out any damage to kill any heroes. That's going to be the Phoenix dead, though. Couldn't kill him fast enough. In fact, almost dies himself. 9, putting out some big boy damage, but it's not enough. In the end, he does give up his godlike spree to mind control. 1,500 gold.
That is so much gold. That's like the most I've ever seen from a streak practically in like a semi-close game. They're only 3K up. How did he get so much gold from that? I mean, he's top net worth, godlike streak, I guess. But that's insane. Dude, that neutral actually almost ruined everything for them. Just did tons of AoE damage there. That was quite a fight. Just perfect Lincoln's timing basically for Enigma. Still not the fastest, but good timing. And as soon as that gets messed up, the whole fight is lost because they realize like, oh shit, this guy's gonna black hole us now.
Yeah.
And there's not much we can do about it. I guess Winter Curse could have happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to our Wyvern in that fight because that was the only way they could bail it out at that point.
Okay,
so let's see, Biver on the side here. Everybody initiates. The black hole.
Oh, he blinked and he got caught on the top, see? He was getting ready to cast, but he jumped into it, unfortunately, for him.
That is rough.
Life's still getting cleaned up as well. Some very, very great replay moments.
Biver's just played, I think a pretty solid game with the Wyvern.
Yep.
Good cold embraces, good winter traverses for the most part. That was just one of those small errors. It costs you so much. Phantom Lancer's actually taken a lot of damage here. Has the doppelganger. Does have the 25, so get ready for non-stop doppelgangering.
All right. Well, they do defend. They didn't lose their tower either. It's very low. It's in deny range, but not quite enough damage. Tower hitting is definitely one of the weaknesses of their lineup. It's undoubtable. And Phantom Lancer picking up a Monkey King Bar as his next item. So doesn't have to worry about evasion stuff anymore. And he's going to do magic damage through hits, so even killing like Cold Embrace targets is definitely possible. Oh, an Arcane Root on Enigma. This is huge, actually. But 10 seconds until Black Hole. They got to slow play this a little bit here. But if they can take a fight right now, it would be so big. Possibly they could even leverage the next fight.
Here's spot FNG, not the best target in the world. They'll go for the X. Oh, they actually already got the duel. The initiation comes out and they go for the Kunkka, trying to blow him up, but it's just not good enough with the black hole controlling the both of them. Kunkka is able to get the full heal out from the cheese. Now the Winter's Curse laid out, but it's already too late. Phantom Lancers just run over the enemy team.
Oh, man, this Enigma feels so impactful. I feel like it's because they have so many good teamfight heroes. It's like they have to deal with Tombstone, they have to deal with the egg, they have to deal with the boat. It's like they need to duel everybody in this Radiant team because they have so many good teamfight heroes. So it just makes it harder. It's like their opponents are more forced to take slightly less ideal fights because they can cover each other. And smoking obviously helps as well. That they kind of revealed to the enemy team. They're like, well, there's no way we're not going to engage here. Yeah. Because they're just going to catch us as we retreat with X and things like that. Do they have BKBs there? They didn't. They still don't have BKB on Legion. He was so close to that actually.
Phantom Lancer taking a lot of damage. They managed to land the Torrent onto the Zeus, though. 9 gets back thanks to a Glimmer Cape here, but our Phantom Lancer is going to lose his Aegis. See if they can get the arrow from FNG. That would be massive, but oh, he timed it perfectly. So they're going to be able to control him pretty well. Managed to get a good amount of magic damage onto him, but now maybe they've overextended with FNG. Combo the X, bow combo. He's going to be able to get the double leap away, the illusion chasing, but instead, again, he turns for the Zeus. He turns for the damage dealer. That is the important hero to be able to bring down, and with the help of Kunkka, they'll always be able to grab him. Cold Embrace buys him a bit of time, but he's still dead in the end. He does have buyback. But with the Life Stealer coming back in 10 seconds, looks like Element Pro Gaming are going to... Oh, they're going to keep it going. They're going to keep the pressure up, force this buyback out of the Zeus.
It's a good idea. They've got hearts. Just keep hitting the towers.
Okay, our Undying is going to die on the front line to
yeah.
get a tombstone.
Not a terrible idea. It's almost gonna die instantly though. But they get a tower out of it. That's less detection. So Zeus, they might have detection pumps here.
Look at that Midas armor on the Kunkka. He's already dead, but another black hole comes in, locks down the life stealer. The winner's curse. It's not there. Looks like a Lincoln's was still up, so our Enigma is going to be able to survive. A Glimmer Cape actually keeps a life stealer up though, but the Legion Commander is going to be caught. Now those winner's curse laid onto the Phoenix. It looks like the Phantom Lancer is going to kill his own ally here, and now they look for the Phantom Lancer himself, the real one. But all this damage laid onto the life stealer is able to get the Infest Bomb, pops out. Doppelganger awaits, call the break.
Good save.
They keep him alive a little bit longer, and the Nimbus Cloud is enough to finish off the Phantom Lancer. Undying and Enigma try to come back to help out their ally, but now it means Undying will fall as well, giving up another tombstone kill.
I thought Lifestealer died there, for sure.
I thought so too for a moment.
PL's damage is kind of out of control. Solar Crest is one of those items, especially now that he has Monkey King Bar. He has 20% evasion talent and a Solar Crest. And that's another problem sometimes with that talent. It's like, yes, it's going to give you this advantage, but eventually, especially if you stack it with like Halberd or a Solar Crest, eventually they are going to buy a Monkey King Bar, and then your talent's going to feel real bad. Because for the rest of the heroes in the game, it's not that big of a deal to have an extra 20% evasion. So, they have this really good timing window on the Radiant side, and even the Arcane Rune from the Enigma made a difference there too. Lower cooldown, Dire team did not expect that. Just the Cold Embrace that came out from the Wyvern was perfect. Like, Lifestealer's health is so stupid high that the 4% heal per second is basically offsetting what Midnight Pulse does anyway, so
yeah.
It just kind of negated Black Hole. Yeah, 5.25% pure damage from Midnight Pulse. He's getting 4% heal, I believe, from Cold Embrace. No, 6%. It's probably healing from those kinds of black holes, so that's another solution. Just as long as it's only one guy killing the guy they're black holing, it's probably okay.
Biter. Just getting in there. They had a double damage on the Life Stealer, but just not enough time to try and take an objective, unfortunately. They had Glimmer Cape problems as well in those team fights.
Because when the Zeus is dead?
Yeah, when I know they Glimmer Cape the Life Stealer.
Oh, yeah.
When he walked away from the black hole, it was probably like a little bit during the black hole, and then he walked away in Viz. The Zeus got away in Viz as well. So this is something that Elements cannot afford to happen again.
Well, they need somebody in the front line, basically. I think they did have a gem on Mind Control, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. Because he like walked to the top tower. I remember, and he saw that he had it with the Daedalus. So they must have lost it, I'm guessing. Because I'm not seeing it on him right now.
Yeah, FNG has a gem.
Yeah, that must be his, I guess.
But it's his own gem.
Okay. Zeus is stacked as hell right now. Refresh Orb, and he's got an Arcane Rune.
Yeah,
and
LeBron bought a gem that's on the career right.
If they can find an engagement here, this would be such a good time.
Man, smoke up. Kunkka pushing him back the bottom lane with an X. He's going to join his team in a moment here. The Undying is trying to be the one on the front lines, be the one to break the smokes, but they found the Enigma. They actually hit him with an arrow. Looks like the Enigma's just going to die here. Pops a BKB, turns around, goes for the black hole. Winner's Curse is going to stop him before he can actually get it off, though. Now it's going to be a turnaround. They're going to try and go for the Zeus here. Saved again by that Cold Embrace, but he's still left in the same spot. Yules himself by a little bit more time, a couple more nukes, and Phantom Lancer does take a lot of damage, but it's just not enough for the Life Stealer to finish the job. He has to run away with the Zeus. No buyback on him, so he is dead for 2 minutes. They can't afford any more pickoffs like that.
Enigma did go for use Refresh Orb. Did he black hole earlier?
I don't know if he interrupted the black, if it was like an instant interruption of a black hole, but he did Refresher. So,
or maybe he refreshed so you could have BKB again. Or something like that.
It could be,
because he's looking to maybe go back in. I mean, it looked like they arrowed him, right? It also looked like they didn't want to fully commit. Zeus did not want to refresh for that. They also didn't really have vision of the enemy team. Like they knew that the enemy team was high ground because the smoke on the Legion broke when they passed the cliff area. So they kind of just got overexcited from an arrow. And sometimes you bait your team into stuff like that. It's like they either needed a hard commit on an Enigma, or they needed to just not go in.
Yeah.
Because they just put themselves in such a bad tactical position, even moving to that part on the map. I think Mirana also got cleave crit as well. Because I was like watching him maybe kill Enigma, and all of a sudden he was just dead. It's like from like 70%. I feel like I've seen it happen at least like twice now. Mind control just getting these kills.
Lightstealer doing a good job of cutting the creep wave right now. Just trying to buy time for the Zeus, but needs to make sure he doesn't get caught. He's going to find a haste rune and see if he can grab the next creep wave. But this is why Elements are trying to protect him right now. They turn ceiling the Lifestealer. Uh-oh. He's actually going to run straight to the Enigma with a black hole. Oh, no. Oliver, what have you done? Well, he does have buyback.
I mean, it was black hole.
Yeah.
It's not terrible at this point. If they can win a team fight off this would be an okay trade. But they have to win the team fight, and there's no Zeus for 20, so they've got to buy some time here. Tombstone's down as well. Great vision for the Radiant team. Lots of zombies, and hard to kill that thing. Level 18, so he doesn't have the bonus hits at least, but that's a melee barracks going down for nothing.
Press the DAC, put on the Lifestealer. Give him the extra attack speed to deal with the Tombstone.
Well, melee barracks lost. Buyback forced from the Lifestealer. Zeus is now up. They spot the enemy team with the Zeus ulti. But a 4K advantage for the Radiant team here.
It feels like as we dip later and later into that late game. We went for the Malphus instances for the Enigma, as well as the health on his talents.
I think that's fine. Against like Radiance and Winter Wyvern and Zeus, like your Eidolons are not going to do that.
Light Shadow. Oh, missed open wounds there. Skeeter's still going to go for it, though. Still finds the attack, and he almost 3 shots, and it takes only 4 swipes with that minus armor of the Solar Crest.
Sounds like Legion 1 press the attack cooldown. Oh,
yeah,
no, I
think he tried to catch Mind Control's combat with the duel or something.
I assumed he was 25 there.
Oh, yeah, the 25 talent.
It's not quite there yet, though. I actually like that one a lot. It's
oh god,
a few times I've tried it. It's like what, 3-second cooldown or something.
Yeah, it's 3-second cooldown indeed. 5-second duration. Trying to do some damage to this Phantom Lancer. Mind Control just staying in biz, not showing himself, just waiting for the rage to wear out so he can get the X. But Lifestealer retreats.
He has gone rage duration, right?
Yeah, that was a very long rage. So yeah, now it's up to 8 seconds.
8 out of 16. Definitely the game for it. I mean, against a Kunkka, once your rage ends and you can go for an X torrent, you're just in a really bad spot. And it's not that reliable to hit the right person with Feast anyways because of all the PO illusions, so he would put himself into a bad place by committing to anything else. He's queuing up a AC into Mjolnir here. I think the AC is fine. Like I said before, Mjolnir versus PL. I think that's a really bad choice. I'd really prefer a Battle Fury. But
what other?
I guess all the attack speed would be really good against like Egg and Tomb at least would be one nice aspect. It's like better against Egg Tomb, worse against PL. Is the trade-off there. He doesn't have that much attack speed right now anyway, so Battle Fury is going to probably feel weak, but maybe swap AC for Solar Crest at some phase and then something else.
Will Tidebringer cooldown or Ghost Ship Fleet, Kevin?
I'm sure he'll go Tidebringer cooldown considering he has a Daedalus and a Shadow Blade, but the Ghost Ship Fleet is not bad. It's not just the fact that you can nuke multiple times, that the run buff lasts forever then.
Yeah.
Relatively at least.
And it seems like it would work with their team very well because they've got this kind of like zone control, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
The Tombstone, the Black Hole, and everything. But as you said, he's got damage items. Like you're probably gonna try and amp up that damage as much as possible.
Your atrocity
It would be cool
mage.
to land multiple votes on one Black Hole, though, but
Yeah.
most of the time those guys are going to be magic immune anyway, so it's probably super reasonable to go for the opposite.
Well, our Lifestealer may have to change his build again here as Butterfly is going to be picked up by Swift Ending Phantom Lancer pretty soon, so he could buy it outright right now. And just
Does he swap out his hood, though? I mean, that's what it looks like based on his item build, but
maybe treads? Maybe he gets rid of treads? I mean, honestly, between your natural movement speed and Phantom Rush, do you think you need it?
it's probably not a terrible idea. I guess I'd just be a little worried because the enemy team, they have a lot of high movement speed heroes, a lot of blink daggers and stuff.
Yeah.
So if like he doesn't have, if he's going aggressive, it's fine probably. But if he's in a bad position, needs to escape, it's probably terrible not to have boots, because then you can't easily Phantom Rush to something on an escape.
Yahoo!
He's really farmed though. He's got 7,500 gold on PL. He's very ready to purchase his next item.
What do you even go next on Zeus? It's got Octarine, Ags, Refresher.
So could swap Veil for like a Scotty or a Shiva, sorry. Yep, instantly queues up Shivas as I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
That's the solution. It sucks to sell Veil late game sometimes because it is increasing your damage by 25%, but he's also dying sometimes. I mean, I don't know if something like an E-Blade is realistic at all, but like Yules buys him one moment, but that's it. You know, like right now, maybe he could arguably buy something like a BKB, but then he wouldn't have Veil anymore either. This is like one of those moments where I sometimes wish Zeus's would consider getting 6 armor as well. Where like in a late game situation, like Zeus always has lots of raw HP. He's going to buy Ags, and then in a really late game he's going to have Octarine. He's got all this raw HP. Throw some armor on this guy and he's actually super fucking tanky.
Yeah.
Like if he had a Shiva's instead of his Veil right now, and he had the armor talent, man, holy shit. He would actually be so hard to kill. 6 armor at this point is like... I'm just going to do the calculator math real quick. Oh, God. Cap.
All right, I'll go back to the grill.
Thank you. Calculator. Times.
We'll keep the music.
Why-
Apparently,
why-
they
why is
anticipate
this-
this to be a very long pause.
It's like an extra 700 HP against physical damage if you had the armor talent, for example. It's kind of a lot. But in the same vein, like, you know, getting a fast 20 was probably huge as well. But I do crave the efficiency.
It is definitely one of those things that if Ice Frog ever added that item that people talk about where you could redo your talents.
The game is starting.
The game is starting indeed.
JK.
Or not.
It got paused instantly by LeBron after he said... Oh, I see. They both said go, then FNG said 1 second mid resume. So it was just like an almost thing.
Just to make sure the Russian production doesn't miss anything. Oh yeah, we are going to have a bit of a fight. It looks like Phoenix is going to be able to jump in here with the bow coming out with the BKB activated. Leech Commander is just not enough to be able to take this on. So he's going to try and get out. Still egg stunned though. Playing on that high ground, it looks like they are going to be able to take out those Nimbus Clouds. Winter Wyver's Curse laid onto the Phoenix. That's going to be a good turnaround to catch the Phantom Lancer as well. The arrow on the side is not enough to be able to grab anybody. Now the Black Hole in that back line is going to be able to grab the Zeus. They're hanging apart with the Phantom Lancer, but the Cold Embrace, it's actually keeping them alive. And now the Lifestealers come in from the side with the BKB down on the Enigma. They easily take him out, and they just cannot see the Zeus with the Glimmer Cape. Finally, they do reveal him. Glimmer Cape runs out, and the Zeus is dead. The Lifestealer just doesn't have the AoE damage to deal with this Phantom Lancer, even at such low HP. The Lifestealer just can't find the real one. Can't keep himself alive either. Moonlight Shadow's going to go out. They do have another dust to lay out. The arrow comes in from behind, nails out the Kunkka, but the Lifestealer can't turn around and do anything about it. So he still ends up falling. We're going to go back to the Russian production and back in time and re-watch that death because I don't want to play camera game.
Yeah, that's why the audio was off, if you guys were wondering. We wanted to jump to the game just in case they didn't jump back in time, and that kind of committed us to having audio desync, so sorry about that. Just
yeah, I wasn't sure. It definitely seemed like one of those things where we were going to have a fight right away.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to jump in. So, still pretty close fight, I guess. Was there any buybacks that we saw? We saw Mind Control buyback. He ended up dying. The start of the fight, Enigma had like 30 seconds left on his ultimate, and he didn't really want to commit his refresher just to that because it was like that knife's edge thing. Like,
yeah.
I could refresh, but it's like I don't have the best black hole ever here. Maybe it won't be beneficial. But eventually they do work out the engagement. I wasn't quite sure why the fight went how it did. Just seemed kind of back and forth.
Yeah. The Zeus surviving for so long, I think was the only thing that allowed Team Spirit to look okay.
Yeah.
Right? It seems like he's so important because the Lifestealer has no efficacy against this Phantom Lancer. It's only the Zeus.
Yeah, his scaling is basically stopped. I mean, he still has 5,000 gold in his backpack. It's, he could spend it. I mean, he's got buyback cooldown for like 4 minutes. You know, if he's walking around with an AC instead of a wand, I guarantee his survivability is massively, especially with a heart, dude. Throw 15 armor on this guy, 5 armor on all of his teammates. Like, game very different. Definitely spend your money, but he hasn't progressed item-wise in a while, and he's just going to get out carried. There's a Butterfly in PL. He did swap out the treads like you predicted. Aegis for the Hooded Defiance. So they basically can't deal with PL outside of using Zeus here. And Zeus is having some damage. Like, they just can't clear the illusions fast enough, and that means Zeus is not reliably doing lightning bolts and Nimbus bolts to the right target. So that's what they need. They need to be able to clear the illusions. That's kind of the problem. And he goes Maelstrom on Lifestealer. I think he's potentially going to realize that this is maybe not enough, but perhaps with the Zeus it is. I'm a big Mjolnir versus PL hater, man. This is becoming my pet
I can
peeve.
tell. You keep on
really
going
is.
back to it.
Everyone's like so scared to get a late game Battle Fury, but I don't know, man, that shit's good. I got Cleave once on Alk versus PL. That shit was amazing.
Smoke up on the side here as they're going to go through mid and let the Phantom Lancer go through bottom lane now. They're going to be a bit revealed here. Leech Commander pops some of that smoke with the Moonlight Shadow. Early Tombstone laid out. The link is already broken, allowing the Legion Commander to maybe get this duel. Tries to go for it, but there is the refresher. That's going to prevent the duel from going down, and now the Legion Commander has to back out with the BKB. But he's going to be caught. The BKB wears out. Malphus instances going to make short work of this Legion Commander. It's an instant buyback.
One of those moments where you maybe press too many buttons and you just needed to go for the duel. He did like Blade Melee, BKB, he pressed the attack, and then he jumps in, and at that point the Enigma got out of there. It was kind of good how they attempted to go for the kill, though. The Mirana leapt forward, used Force Staff to break the Link-ins, and that was when they went for the duel. And that's why he didn't have Force Staff afterwards when his Legion was dying. So just a good attempt at a grab, but they just weren't close enough. Man,
Kunkka did go for the Tidebringer cooldown.
Okay. I was just thinking about how much Legion was owning, and like he had a couple duels early that went bad, but I felt like he was owning, but then mid-game his game just completely fell off tempo. Maybe because it's been very much like a team 5-man kind of game that he hasn't gotten a chance to snowball like crazy, but...
And I think also the fact that like now his dual targets, like they've got Lincolns and stuff, right? Like he just doesn't have these easy initiations anymore. So he just ends up going in there and then without dueling somebody. Or if he does manage to get the duel, it's covered up by Sunray or Supernova, it's covered up by Midnight Pulse and Black Hole. Like there's all these like or boat comes in. The boat has been a problem for him the entire game. It's gonna continue to be.
It's definitely complicated. I wonder if something like a Ags at this point could be good for Legion. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but
it's like really hard to tell, right? It's like you don't want to get rid of the Zeus's damage.
That's a good point.
But at the same time, the enemy team also has like a
Ways
ton
to
of
kill you.
AoE damage that they put in.
See, that way, like if he got Black Hole or something while he's doing something, it's not as big of a deal, you know?
Tried to go for the Torrents, forcing out the Rage. The Phantom Lancer take a lot of damage with Splinter Blast stun. That'll take away the first Aegis.
Okay. I was wondering what disabled him so long.
Lightning Bolt controls him a bit. Does manage to get the Doppelganger out of the Nimbus, though. And the Tombstones will fall as well, so there goes all that big AoE scouting potential.
All right, well, with the Splinter Blast stun, things are a little scary now for the raiding team. Like, if they do catch the right PL, it's so much easier to follow up, because it's a 7-second cooldown with a 2-second stun. Just the Maelstrom still on the Lifestealer.
Shivas can't be bought by the Zeus.
Wounds on the PL here. Some doppelganger it off though. Gotta be careful getting mana drained. Oh,
Enigma just charges forward with his BKB. He sees the Zeus. This is the kill he really wants with the Yule Scepter. He lands right back into a black hole, but still the Winter's Curse is going to be able to buy him some time with the help of Cold Embrace that he needs to be able to get up into that high ground. Running his way up there, but a second black hole is going to be able to trap the Lifestealer instead. Now slowed down with a Purge onto this Legion Commander. Another Cold Embrace comes in, and another Winter's Curse laid out, but it doesn't catch any actual heroes, only illusions. Now it catches the Phantom Lancer, who turns him over with the arrow onto the Enigma as well, but the Legion Commander still trying to make his way out, tries to turn and go for the duel, but the Supernova goes out. They don't have the attack speed with the Phantom Lancer. Stuck underneath this Nimbus Cloud. They can't make his way out. They get away from the Supernova explosion. Don't get hit by that stun. Kill the cores, and now go for the chase. Biver looks to be able to slow down this Phoenix, breaking the Lincolns. He doesn't have the dive. He's going to get slowed down. There's just no way out for this Phoenix. What a beautiful team fight there for Team Spirit. It was messy in some occasions, but the way Biver keeps on saving people with this cold embrace, so important.
Yeah, he had a lot of crucial plays. I love the duel that the Legion Commander went for. It was actually on mind control in the previous fight. He BKB'd, he blade mailed, and he dueled a BKB'd mind control. So they couldn't kill him very fast. And I don't know who broke the Lincolns originally, but killing mind control during his BKB means that they're not getting constantly splashed by crits and things like that. They're not getting worked down as fast. And that's like a source of damage that's actually pretty extreme for the Radiant team. The rest of the heroes they can kind of deal with, but having to worry about mind control, walking up and getting like a 1,000 pure damage crit is way too scary.
Now it does look like
All Sue's damage.
Mitch? Yeah, Mitch is the Enigma. He got the range racks at bottom lane.
Okay.
I think he got that with Islands.
All right. Well, that's a start. I mean, it's one melee barracks left.
Legion Commander is 168 dual damage right now. It is on the hunt for a pickoff before these heroes can revive. Now, spotted out the Enigma. Nimbus Cloud is going to prevent him from being able to go down this lane. Now, he can't really go for straight up the duel. He has no way to be able to pop the Lincolns himself, so he's just going to have to try and run down the Enigma the good old-fashioned way, but can't quite get him. He'll take out the tier 3, now try and back out before they are caught by the Kunkka.
Man, that's that depressing moment on Legion Commander where you're like, I really should buy a way to break Lincolns myself. And I wonder if he should go that way rather than relying on his allies. But in the same vein, they also need carry potential, so I don't really blame him for prioritizing an AC here instead, especially because his Lifestealer's not able to get it.
Right.
It's tough decision.
So replace the Veil with the Shivas. And gonna get bots 2 here, so the Legion Commander. And I think this is like the only way that, or this is the best way for Team Spirit to be able to come back and win this game, is they need one of those like Legion Commander. They need to be not defending their base.
Yep.
Right? They need to be like out in the map. They need to be able to find sort of a chaotic fight where Legion Commander gets the right duel pickup. They're going to be able to find the initiation, manage to get the X onto FNG, who's Glimmer Caped right now, and will be able to leap out of the Torrent. Can't quite get that timing right. Legion Commander.
See if they go for the
the
black
attack,
hole.
takes out that stun, and the Enigma just trying to body block him right now. There goes that Lincoln's, but not attempting the duel.
And the way they're poking each other is so interesting.
Another Lincoln's thrown down. The Wyvern making sure to just throw out those Splinter Blasts on him as best as possible from long range. Oh, a quick execution almost kills FNG, but he is able to get out again thanks to the Glimmer Cape. Nimbus Cloud, now the jump in from the Enigma. He almost got out of the black hole, but stacks him just on the edge. Now the Lifestealer did get off the raise. They're not going to be able to get immediate damage. He quickly makes his way back to base. So that is 1 black hole and 1 BKB down for the Enigma. He immediately pops the refresher, anticipating a team fight still.
Yeah. Man, all the fights they're just so close to initiations, and it's like the closest we've seen where teams are actually playing around each other in their physical proximity, but waiting to see how the Lincolns are going to play out these team fights, because they know if somebody gets dueled, the fight is initiated. So Enigma's just messing around with that haste room constantly, waiting for his Lincolns to be broken so that it's time to actually retreat, and trying to bait their opponents in like that eventually gave them an opportunity, but it only led to that one Lifestealer, so completely fine and reasonable for them to back up after that.
Oh, we missed it. Come on, guys. Mitch, the Enigma is dead. That is massive. They almost caught Kunkka as well. In fact, they still see him. They just Thunder God's Wrath to be able to find him again. They almost caught him with the Nimbus Cloud. Managed to get a Lincoln save, it looks like, to prevent maybe a duel or an open wounds. But the Phantom Lancer is now seeing his opportunity with the Legion Commander after blown BKB. They might need a Cold Embrace to be able to save this Legion Commander. He's trying to limp away from all this damage. They don't have the vision to be able to spot him. Again, the vision is such a big problem. Splinter Blast removes the Lincolns here on the Enigma, and Aeontis buys Viper a little bit of time, but oh no! A black hole. They had both X as well as Torrent to catch him anyway. But they used that big cooldown. I guess he did pick up an Octarine just recently.
Still a 100-second cooldown for the next black hole, but I guess it is. Buybacks are more important right now because you can just play safe for 100 seconds. Or until you have your cooldowns again, and then he'll have refresher as well, and your opponent's not going to have buyback for like 7 minutes. So it still gives you a window to push here.
Lifestealer gets off the rage before any disables come out. He's going to turn. Oh, a big crit, but he does lifesteal a decent amount. Winter's Curse laid out onto this Kunkka. Phantom Lancer's going to be able to take him apart.
Nice for there.
Nice Winter's Curse. They're still going to be able to buy this Lifestealer a decent amount of time. Pops a rage and is going to try and go for a hero in the back lines. But decides against it, turns for the Phantom Lancer, and he got the duel! What a good read there. The Zeus laying out the damage and helping to find the real Phantom Lancer.
Man, every single time after he doppelgangers, when he's in a tense moment, he instantly uses Thunder God's Wrath every time because he wants to know exactly which one's the real one. And that's what gives them these opportunities here to secure kills.
And a Supernova that will successfully explode and allow maybe an Icarus dive. He goes to the right-hand side knowing that they're still going to try and chase him with the Legion Commander. Tries to go for the Sunray TPL. Oh, nice. What a cute maneuver that was.
It's a good escape. Yeah, the Zeus finding the right person, it's crucially what matters. The whole reason the Winter's Curse was amazing as well. Kunkka historically never buys that many armor items. It's almost all damage is how you play it. And it feels fine because he has so much HP, and when you throw out the boat, you take less damage anyways. But he didn't have the boat out yet. His BKB was active, so it was obvious which one was real. Just instantly guaranteed that he would be worked down by his own PL. So definitely a great Winter's Curse target.
And just crazy that Team Spirit are now the ones, I think, winning this game, maybe by a small amount. They're sure their more racks is down and everything, but they've got the advantage. They're going to be able to pick up Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, and buyback has already been used on both the Enigma as well as the Kunkka. So those are two cores that either one of them dies, they won't be able to get back in this fight.
In the same vein, I guess it's only a Winter Wyvern on the Dire team, but it's still something that could matter, especially because it's so late now, 64 minutes. That's just about everybody has boots of travel, so any kills that you get will add up, especially on those lack of buyback heroes. Zeus holding on to his Tranquil Boots. He's up to 9,000 gold now. It's just in his backpack and his bottle. Or keep the bottle, fine. Sell your Tranquils.
Oh, he's going to get Moonshard. Give it to somebody. He gave
actually,
it to Lifestealer.
I know why he's holding Tranquils. He's holding the Tranquils because he's like, I don't... Okay, never mind. He sold them. But I thought, like, let's say he disengages from a fight and he's like, I need to heal up. Throw that in your inventory for, like, your boots of travel temporarily, basically. You'll have comparable movement speed, but actually be able to hit full health.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I would have liked to see him hold it. But in the same vein, he's got so much money. He did buy a Moonshard for somebody, though.
Yeah, he gave it to Lifestealer.
Oh, okay. Good choice.
Smoke up. Thunder God's Wrath will reveal the area that these heroes are, so they're going to start swooping in and see if they can catch them there. Now, they're a little bit spread apart right now. They're going to be able to spot the Enigma. Now he immediately pops his BKB as they do have the vision to be able to spot that Legion Commander. A dive on through. Lifestealer looks for his target. Not sure who he's going to go for. The Supernova. Well, that's the target they want to be able to go for, and that's going to be the egg down. But at least Lifestealer now sees the Enigma. They managed to get the duel onto him as well. He jumped into a Nimbus Cloud. That is disaster. Now with the Kunkka, he's going to die as well. Potentially, he managed to get a big hit out from the Cheese. Winter's Curse laid out only on Illusion. So real Phantom Lancer is going to the back line. Looks like the Kunkka jumping in. The Zeus actually managed to get away with the Yule Scepter into an arrow. Possibly FNG didn't quite get it. Now it's going to be Doppelganger out, but the life, he just doesn't have enough. The Phantom Lancer has too much AoE to be able to deal with, and now it's going to be the Phoenix dead as well. That's it. That's the end of the game.
Those 3 Nimbuses in one team fight there. And ultimately it started great. They separated the Enigma. They basically kind of engaged on their opponents, but they also walked away, which means that their opponents can't really fight around the Tombstone. It means that everybody's so spread out that it's hard for the Radiant team to take an engagement there. And that's like just a late game vision advantage that you get from Thunder God's Wrath. Throw it down, you know about where your opponents are, gives you more control over taking the team fight, and it led to them getting to pick a good fight.
They don't need to go Rex. They can just go straight tier 4s, and I mean, Skeeter's got to find a way with him all by himself to be able to stall this push.
Glyph helps.
Or sorry, Swift ending.
How long till buybacks? Basically, no more buybacks too. If Undying gets a kill, he can have buyback maybe, but
Undying's up in 13 seconds. He's gonna try and throw some illusions down. Find what heroes he can, but the throne is just dying so quickly. He tries to go to the back line, tries to find some supports. It's just not going to happen. The throne is going to die. And what a comeback from Team Spirit.
no kidding. It's really fun to watch. Really close game, back and forth. Both teams having an advantage at various times, and you could really see the both teams understanding and figuring out at various stages of the game, like who are the crucial targets to take out. Mind Control felt like a impactful hero for most of the game, but once he started getting like dueled and focused and killed, he definitely felt like maybe not a vulnerability, but by far one of the easier heroes to kill. Stop messing around with the PL, trying to worry about like doppelganger, low cooldown. Just kill Mind Control. It's obvious which one is real. Once you get vision on him, break his Lincolns, Winter's Curse him, or duel him or whatever, or the Enigma. It's like those were the two key heroes it felt like in the super late game.
Yeah.
Undying literally didn't matter.
It felt like there was such a shift once he picked up the Lincolns and immediately he happens to get dueled, right? And they tried to start that fight and tried to go for the duel, misses out because the Lincolns pick up, which they didn't know about. And it felt like that was such a shift in how the team fights were going to be going from there on out. Yeah. And it's, for me personally, it's very surprising to see Team Spirit still be able to find the adjustments even after what I felt was like this really great defense, right? You've got this Lincolns as well on the Phoenix, the Enigma. It's like you can't get a good hard initiation, which you need from this Legion commander, but they still manage to work their way through those defenses bit by bit, team fight after team fight, and basically solve the puzzle of how to be able to win this game.
Like, I feel so unsure about Enigma late game. It's like Black Hole, so amazing. He's got tons of GPM by the talent and just farming, but it just feels so hard to execute. It's like your opponents have to give you this gimme Black Hole for the hero to have crazy value. And against super good pro teams, when they play well like this, especially with vision advantage from Zeus and stuff, it's very difficult to find those unless you have like a Naga sleep setup or something like that. It's just feels so rough to play Enigma late game, even though it's so good. And it was impactful in so many times that, like, ultra late game, it just doesn't feel like it's enough. But maybe it's a component of other aspects. I also felt like Supernova, we didn't see that many egg saves. Maybe it's hard to tell because things are chaotic, but I feel like we didn't see a lot of egg saves either. Maybe that's because a lot of times they were like, can you egg somebody that's BKB'd? I'm not sure. I'll have to check that later. But
I'm not sure, actually.
Really good game, though.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game to watch.
And that was just the very first game of the day. So super exciting stuff. 66-minute game to start things off. We have more of the series of Team Spirit versus Elements Pro Gaming.